Hello, and we are going to today be doing Chapter 3, Lesson 8, and this is divide 3 and 4 digit, that's a 4, oh my gosh, first day of the week, good morning, dividends. This is page 201 in your book. I'm sorry, that is the word for. There we go. Okay, so we are going to have some greater numbers here, but the process that we've been using stays the same. So on page 201, it says, in the 4-hour period, 852 people rode an amusement park ride. If the same number of people rode the ride each hour, how many people rode the ride in the first hour? Let P represent the number of people. So we would do 852, that's the total, divided by the 4-hour period equals P for the people. And the first thing they want us to do is estimate. So we have a ballpark. And so I would think about my 4s here, and I would do 880 divided by 4 there, and I would get about 220 people there. So that's how I would estimate it. Remember, when we estimate division, we are looking for compatible numbers. So a number here that works well with the 4. So I changed that to an 88. And now I'm going to do the actual division. So I'm going to set it up here in the house. And I'm going to take my dividend, and if you remember, we always divide and then multiply, subtract, and bring down. If you write that next to you, just on your paper, so you can remember the order of the process. So first, I'm looking at this number in the dividend 8, and I want to know how many times can 4 divide into 8. So think about my 4s. I have 4, 8, so that's 2 times, and then I multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And I subtract, and I get a 0. Then I bring down 1 digit at a time. So now I'm bringing down this 5 here, which is actually in the tens place, so 50. And how many times can 4 divide into 5? Well, that's pretty close to 4, so I know that's only 1 time. And then I multiply this part of my quotient, 1 times 4, and I subtract. And I get a 1. Then I bring down the next digit, which is a 2. And now I'm dividing this 4 here into the 12 down here. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. And 3 times 4 is 12. And I subtract. And I get a 0. So I have no remainder. And I am done. And so I know here from my answer that P equals 213. If I wanted to check that, I already have my estimate here, which is pretty close, but if I want to check it, I would take my quotient and multiply it by my divisor. That's 12, 4, 5, and that's 8. And my answer to my multiplication should be my dividend. All right, let's try the next example. The next example on page 202 gives us 7,946 divided by 6. Okay, so I follow the same process. I start here with, can the 6 divide into the 7? And the answer is yes, it can go 1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. And I subtract, get a 1. Then I bring down 1 digit at a time. So I'm going to bring down this, just the 9. And now I divide 6 into 19. And 6 goes into 19 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. And I subtract, and I get a 1. And then I bring down the next digit, which is that 4. And 6 divides into 14. And remember, when I'm doing this division part, I am trying to get as close to this number as possible without going over it. So when I think about my 6's, I have 6, and then 12, and then 18. So 18's too big. That's bigger than 14. So I can't use the 18, but 12 is the closest I can get without going over. So that's 6 times 2 gives me 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. And I subtract and I get a 2. And I have one more digit to bring down. So I keep bringing down single digits at a time until I run out of digits, until I don't have any more. And 6 divides into 26 4 times, because 6 times 4 is 24. And when I subtract, I get 2. I have nothing left to bring down, and 2 is smaller than 6, so that becomes my remainder. So my remainder would be 1,324, remainder 2. If I want to check that work, I multiply my quotient, by my divisor. 24, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 19, 6, 7, and then I add my remainder, and my answer should be the same as my dividend. Okay? I hope that is helpful to you. Have a good day. There's my stop button.